What's going on, everyone? My name is LegitBread and we are back with some more Nerf news. Now before we get into it, I just want to say thank you to Blaster Hub for releasing such a great article. It's great to have all this awesome information all condensed so I can look at it and give my opinion to you guys. A while back, I saw rumors that Vortex was returning and I wasn't quite sure what to make of it. I thought, it's probably not going to happen, but this is interesting, let's see how it plays out. It just so happens that Hasbro held an official press release, and it is true, it is confirmed. Vortex is returning in the form of Vortex VTX in 2018. Wow, I'm really shocked right now. And the reason I'm so surprised is that Vortex just kinda unceremoniously died out and faded away in the distance as new Nerf guns and new lineups came in. Most of you will remember, but 2011 was the year when Vortex was first introduced. When we first saw what the XLR discs could do, I think I'm not the only one to say that I was just completely shocked and happy to see such an amazing ammo come out. There's that one video where they're test firing, I believe it was the Proton, and we saw this disc just fly out of the blaster. It went so smooth, so gracefully, and it was going very far. And I just thought, wow, this is going to be the dart killer. It didn't really turn out that way, but it was still good because I remember getting my hands on the Proton, which was one of the first blasters in the Vortex line to come out. And I enjoyed it. I love the blaster. I love ricocheting the dart, not the darts, ricocheting the discs all over the room, curving them. That was a lot of fun. And a lot of other good blasters came out, such as the Vigilon, the Praxis. The Pyragon is one of the most popular Vortex blasters out there, especially with that 40-round drum. But after that, there wasn't really much. We did get the Fuse Fire that came out within the Zombie Strike line. There was the Rip Shot and the Ricochet that were also in the Zombie Strike line. The Fuse Fire back then was one of my favorite blasters. It was just really good fun. Unfortunately for the Rip Shot and Ricochet, they did not have good reception. They weren't very ergonomic, ranges weren't that good. And it was interesting because I remember people were talking about the shells of the Ricochet and the Rip Shot, and there were some Vortex logos on it, which indicates these might have been originally for the Vortex line, but they decided to put it in the Zombie Strike line because of too much stock or the Vortex line not doing well. None of this was officially confirmed, and after these three blasters came out in the Zombie Strike line, there wasn't really anything else. There were some repaints of the older Vortex blasters, such as the Proton, the Vigilon. That was the end of Vortex. I'm sorry I'm going off on such a tangent, but the point of my story is, in the long term, I didn't really miss Vortex, especially with blasters like the Prometheus coming out this year. I don't see a need for Vortex to come out right now, and that's why I'm really curious and wondering why Hasbro decided to do that. And it's not necessarily a bad thing because these are all good blasters. They're reshelling the Pyragon, the Praxis, and the Vigilon, and these were all very popular and practical blasters back in the day. And it's not to say that these blasters aren't practical anymore, but in my opinion, it's just so much easier to dodge a disc flying at you versus a dart or a rival round especially. The author of this article, Buff Daddy Nerf, does have some interesting things to say about this. I do agree with him. He says that with the Vortex VTX series coming out, we're going to see a surge of these discs being available on the market, which hopefully means that third-party companies will be making their own knockoff discs for much cheaper prices. And I think this is a good thing because discs are a lot harder to get these days. All three of these blasters, the Vigilon, the Praxis, and the Pyragon, have this interesting funky blue and lime green color scheme going on. It seems a little retro. It's interesting. It's not my favorite, but I've seen a lot worse from Hasbro. This is kind of cool, actually, now that I think about it. Just from reading the description of these blasters, they're just going to be reshells. There's no performance improvements. Nothing is really going to be changed, which may or may not be a bad thing. I think there are a lot of people who are happy just to see these blasters being resurrected, and maybe some people might want to see performance increases, especially in 2018. And I guess I'm leaning on that side of the fence more. I would be a lot more interested in this series if these blasters got more powerful. This is just my thought, but maybe the Vortex VTX is going to be a revival of the Vortex series. This might just be an introduction back into the disc technology, and we might see some more original, brand new Vortex blasters coming out in the future. That would be super sick. Not gonna lie, I still am kind of confused as to why Hasbro is doing this, but I'm not against it because these are all very good blasters. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm really curious to see what you guys think of these blasters, so please leave a comment down below. I'm going to be reading them, discussing with you guys, answering questions. So if you want to check out my other Nerf videos, you can click that card up in the corner. If you want to buy any Nerf guns and gear, you can check out my affiliate links down below in the description. Consider subscribing and checking out my social media if you want to see some more Nerf goodness. So thank you for watching a new video this week. So that's when I'll see you guys next.